Hi, I'm Dr. Sandra. For those of you who don't already know me, I've been a psychologist and stress management expert for the past 30 years. I've helped thousands of people learn to make stress management simple. And now I'm here to help you make stress management simple. As I've said before, not all stressors are created equal. That's because for some of us, the stressor can be nothing, and for others, it could just make you want to tear your hair out. For me, that's what the notifications are. They're on a scale of about 9 out of 10 for me when they just don't stop. So I've got some really good tips for you today for dealing with notifications. If you're like me, where notifications going off constantly on your laptop, on your desktop, on your cell phone, just constant notifications of something coming in, it induces a fight or flight response because it's a demand on your system to respond. And it takes our frontal lobes to say, wait a minute, I don't have to jump like Pavlov's dog to respond to this. But it keeps happening over and over again. You get a ding and all of a sudden your fight or flight goes, what happened? What do I need to pay attention to now? And your frontal lobes have to go, calm down, it's not that big a deal. Put in the comments, what do you guys think about notifications? Is it not a big deal? Is it a 1 or 2 out of a 1 to 10 scale of stress for you? Or is it kind of like me where I don't like having constant notifications of somebody's texting you and somebody's emailing you and you just received an email, and it just for me makes me feel like, oh my gosh, like there's no time to just sit and rest. In fact, this is why life just keeps getting busier and busier and more stressful, and why it's so important for us to now consciously make time to have de-stressed moments, to have periods of time where we can actually breathe and just feel calm. So for me, the notifications are about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. What is it for you guys? Go ahead and put it in the comments. All right. So I said I was going to have 2 tips for you. And I usually have one that's a stress management tip and another one that's just a practical real world tip. Today, both of those tips are actually the same thing. I've got one major tip for you that is both a stress management tip as well as a practical real world tip. And that has to do with self-care. Take care of yourself. If this is causing you a stress on a scale of 2 out of 10, you don't need to worry about this. Go on and do whatever you've been doing already. But for those of you who are like me, where the notifications, the nonstop notifications are kind of like, oh, it's an 8 out of 10, what I do is I actually turn off the notifications. That's my self-care. I know that I cannot deal with constant notifications, that I've got another email, yet another voicemail, yet another text message. That for me, I go, I'm going to take care of myself by deciding when I'm going to open up my inbox and see how many emails I need to answer. Because now I'm coming in relaxed and prepared to handle however many emails are in my inbox. I decide when I'm going to look at my text messages, because I decide, okay, I've got time to sit down, actually read through the text messages and figure out how to appropriately respond to them. Same thing to the emails, same thing to the note, all of these notifications. I make sure that I'm in a calm state and I sit down. I do not have interruptions into my day constantly, nonstop, because it just doesn't work for me. If it works for you, God bless you. That's awesome. If it doesn't work for you, try this tip and see if it helps. If you like this tip, go ahead and say yes in the comments, or put yes in the comments. If you've got your own tip that works for dealing with this constant notification bombardment, go ahead and put that in the chat box as well. As usual, thank you so much for joining me on Stress Management Made Simple. Stay tuned. There's always another stressor out there, and so there's always another way to make it simple.